things broke down in my marriage. How did things break down in my marriage? Are you being blessed? Can I tell you how things spoiled in my marriage? All right, so the first thing that happened in my marriage was, my husband used to be very loving, used to be very, everywhere. He will go out, he will talk about me, he will do this, he will do. After a while, when I kept doing all these little different things I called small, at some point, he just started changing. He stopped being that usual loving person. Not that he was doing anything bad to me, but when someone just begins to withdraw, you just notice the person is withdrawing from you. The light, there used to be this light in his eyes. Anytime he sees me or he's talking about me, it's as if the light went off. There was now just no more light. But one thing I noticed was that he started to withdraw. So he will rarely say a word to me except it is necessary. And most times when you ask him, he will say it's because I don't want us to argue. Because if I say this thing now, you will misinterpret what I'm saying and it will become a problem. So in order to avoid an argument, a quarrel, let me not talk. And these things, I don't know if anybody has experienced anything like this in their marriage, but like God said, today is about restoration, today is about healing. When the person begins to act differently, it's not like the person is going out to cheat, it's just that the person has lost interest. And another thing that started happening was that instead of us to be bonding, instead of us to be growing, instead of us to be building intimacy as young couples will, instead what started happening was that we started growing apart. We just started growing apart. These things did not happen overnight. It took years. We just started growing apart. We started to endure our relationship. We were not enjoying it anymore. We come out, we smile, everybody sees us smiling, but when we get home, we know that there's nothing to smile about. And one day, well, for me, the biggest one was when I just kept seeing my husband become who he is not. So if I want to start talking, he starts to raise defensive mechanisms. He will raise his voice. And I'm like, what have I turned this man into? And that was the point that I cried. I begged God. I pleaded with God. I knew that God had given me a good thing, but I was using my own hands to destroy it. If there was one prayer I prayed as a young girl, 16 years old, I told God I wanted peace in my home. I wanted peace in my marriage. I wanted a man that would give me peace. I fasted for it. I sowed seeds towards it. God brought it, and I was the one using my own hands to destroy it. Meaning that what I was praying for and I wanted, I was not. We can be praying for things that we are not. We can be praying and thanking God, give me this, give me this. The question is, have you become that thing that you are asking for? So it was at that point I wept. I fasted. What I saw in order for my marriage to be restored. And why I'm saying this is just in case anybody is in that place, whether it is you or your spouse that is giving the issues in your relationship or in your marriage, and it's as if we have gotten to the end of the road and we don't think we can come out of it anymore. I want to assure you that there is still hope. With God, nothing shall be impossible. No matter how bad is, good can still come out of it. I know how much I prayed, and I want to encourage someone. You can make that prayer. You can just make up your mind. I started doing practical things. I went to Google even to find out how to manage your emotion. If you are angry, what can you do? I'm telling you, steps to take when you are. I was reading, I was checking scripture, I was praying, I was doing everything at the same time. And thank God for my husband. My husband was encouraging me. He will also try to help me. He will also tell me what to do. Because you know what, and I want to speak to someone, there is something, you see what anger, there is a senior brother of anger, and it is bitterness. The senior brother of anger is bitterness. What is bitterness? Bitterness is anger that has lingered. When you are angry with someone and you have not dealt with it, you have not forgiven the person, and the thing begins to linger 1 day, 2 days. We have men and women walking on the streets that are bitter with your husband, bitter with your wife. They've done something to you, they cheated on you, they did something, whatever it is they did, and some of us are holding on to things 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We are not able to make progress in our marriage, not because of anything new, but something that happened in the past. Please, this is that day. God must strip your heart of unforgiveness, of bitterness. I may not know your story, I may not know how they hurt you, but one thing I know is that there is nothing God cannot fix. There is no situation, there is no pain. Seriously, I know that you people are not going to separate, you are together, but marriage can be enjoyed and not endured. You can enjoy the marriage God has given you. How did things begin to change for me? That is what I'm telling you. The things I did, I just began to pray more. And you see, the journey of the change for me was a little bit difficult because my husband found it difficult to believe that I had changed. Because it was not the first time I was saying, I'm not going to be like this again, I'm changing. So for every time I wanted to do something, he would always look at me from that point of view. She has started. And every time I would try to make him understand, no, I'm not going this way, I'm not going this way. I want to speak to a spouse. You are not the problem, it is your partner that is the problem. Don't give up on her, don't give up on him. Thank God my husband did not give up on me. He could have said, I've had enough of enough, let me move on. After all, did I come to suffer? And I would have lived with so much regret. Because if there is anything I know God gave me a good man.